Welcome everybody to our channel. Between all the football violence of the World Cup, we have finally some time for pro wrestling. I know I've been letting a little bit on the cool down, but we're so busy at GTA Sports Studio. Anyway, welcome to our show. My name is Abbink. I am reporting for the biggest, the best sports site in the whole wide world, GTA Sports Studio. Welcome to our show. Well, we're live. We're going to do the predictions for WWE Extreme Rules. Already have my notes up. The thing is that tomorrow, after WWE Extreme Rules, we will be going live. I will give my thoughts, my opinion about the show. I will go deeper in the matches. I'm going to talk a little bit about what was actually entertainment, what was really crap. You know how we go. Sorry, I got a little bit burp. Anyway, let's start with the kickoff show matches. There are two kickoff show matches for tomorrow announced. One got announced today, and that was announced today is Andrade Cien Almas versus Sin Cara. This match should have been taking place some weeks ago on SmackDown. And now we're getting on the kickoff show. I don't see the need of this match. I think Andrade Cien Almas is a very great talent. Sin Cara never had a really decent run in WWE. I think it's going to be a pure squash match, because if there's already two kickoff matches in 1 hour, that means it's going to be very fast paced. It's very short matches, and I think it's going to do with this match. Sorry about that. I think the victory goes to Andrade Cien Almas. I think it's just to put him on the show, to get him on the card. I think he also has a very bright future. Although it seems like that WWE kept him a little bit like from the sidelines, and when he was on, to give him that special appearance, a little bit like Brock Lesnar. Just to give a name. I'm not going to say he's a Brock Lesnar, but you know what I'm getting at. I hope actually to see him more often in action in the near future. Because I think he has some talent. He has that future thing. So I would like to see him more in action. But definitely, I think the victory will go to Andrade Cien Almas. I don't see in any case whatsoever Sin Cara has any chance against him. So a secure victory in a squash match to Andrade Cien Almas. Then in the kickoff show also we have a tables match, the New Day against Sanity. Here's the thing. I am really starting to get annoyed with the pancakes and the cereal and whatever food industry they're going to hit into the future with the New Day. I think, to be quite honest, they should. I'll be honest. I'll say it like this. I think they should kill off New Day. Let them split them up. Let them do a fatal freeway on SummerSlam, because now because they're going to job against Sanity. Sanity is obviously, they just debuted on SmackDown. I think they have still a great future ahead of them. So a loss would be very strange, right? That sounds obvious. The New Day can take that hit to take a lose. I don't think it will hurt them. I think it would more hurt Sanity if they would lose against the New Day. And I think it's also very much time also to have that faction going, Sanity. Ago that we actually had a great a great faction actually on the main card. I can't. Yes, of course, if you take the women, of course, I'm talking about the men, right? Um, so that's a good thing. That sanity is there. So keep them strong. Let them win from against New Day, and let them dominate over whole SmackDown. You know, a little bit like they did with the Shield or something like that, and as actually also as an heelish way. So I think that sanity will go over in the tables match, and let them really crush the New Day. Let them really come out very dominant, very strong. I think the New Day can take that. I think there should not be any damage if WWE would book that match in that way. All right, then I'm starting a little bit off. A little bit strange booking up, but I think that I'm going slowly to build up what I have standing here. The steel cage match I will take first. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. This is an interesting match, and I think it's not also a good moment at this time of day to book this match. But how strangely it is, even though what I have the problem with steel cage matches in WWE, they keep changing the rules, right? They every time, or it's a first escape, or it's a pinfall, and or you know. So every time steel cage is different from each other with the rules, and that's annoying. They don't have always guaranteed rules. I understand that it's because they do it to, you know, on the outcome of the match. I understand that when, for example, when they said with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, that they said, well, first who leaves the cage, etc., etc. So you couldn't figure out, well, there's going to not be a pinfall in this match. That was obvious. So it's a little bit difficult to say on making predictions because we don't know what WWE is going to say against the rules. But if it's a typical steel cage, so I can actually see Kevin Owens wins this match. I'll explain you a little bit how this is booked. Kevin Owens has always have been throughout the whole storyline been underutilized. You know, putting in chemical toilets or his cars being destroyed. He's never had a dominant run on WWE. Braun Strowman is actually the Money in the Bank ladder match winner holder, you know, the holder of the briefcase. And haven't we noticed always in the past people who are Mr. Money in the Bank that they always lose? Have you never noticed that? Up till they hold a briefcase, so they move so weak, and when they cash it in, they come on so strong. That's the idea. So I will go with Kevin Owens, and he has chicken shit escapes the cage. Now, if he's going through the door, I don't hope so. Then climb, you know, let that fat ass climb out the window over the steel cage and get the victory over that. I can definitely see that. And I think it's going to be like this. He's trying to escape Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman going to get a hold of him and destroys. Actually, Kevin Owens hold the match, squashing Kevin Owens. Somehow it comes in the moment that Kevin Owens knows how to escape. And I just don't hope he's getting thrown into the cage and the cage falls down and in that way. Could easily be, but then you get a little bit copy replica of the last steel cage match, as I said, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. You know, you do it too much, it's getting unbelievable, it's getting boring. So WWE, please don't do that. All right, Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Here's the thing. Finn Balor actually needs this victory. He is over, but Baron Corbin has a second win. It looks like he has this new role, his new look, and it's it looks like it's working for him. So this is a little bit also tough to book. Yeah, I think Baron Corbin will win, and then they can build up and have a rebuild towards SummerSlam. But I was actually thinking that it would be Jason Jordan instead of Finn Balor, due to the fact of he's standing up for his daddy, Kurt Angle. And it was actually also the ideas of that Jason Jordan will come back after Money in the Bank. That didn't happen really. We haven't seen Jason Jordan since, so we don't know where it's at. Is WWE giving up on the storyline that Kurt Angle is his dad? I don't really know at this point. And do I care? No, not really. To be honest, it was such a crappy storyline, and they should have pulled already long time onto the final blow that Jason Jordan will turn on Kurt Angle. I'll say it like that. Then the United States Championship match: Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I will go with Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'll tell you a little bit, explain why. This is a little bit backstage politics has to do with this. As you can remember, Jeff Hardy, with his latest DUI, has called out, "Yeah, I'm guilty. I've done it. I'm aware of that." And he had the title on it. Now, normally it is that WWE, the person, if they get caught for such an offense, they drop the title. Hasn't happened yet. I think Shinsuke Nakamura also needs a strap at this moment because he had so many title runs now, title opportunities against AJ, against what is that guy from India? You know what I mean? It is so getting boring with that guy, and I feel sorry because he had such a good run actually in NXT. I say, let Jeff Hardy. At this point, I don't think he really needs it, the title. Put it on Shinsuke Nakamura and do the rematch at SummerSlam, I guess. Then the next match, and I don't hope this will go on last because it will kill really the whole Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Now I'm already not that interested in the pay-per-view. I'll be honest, I'm not really excited. It's a very dull card. I'll be honest. Yeah, Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. And I'm scared for if it goes on last, that Roman Reigns will get the victory. And it's all nice and that, but and I have nothing personally against Roman Reigns. I want to make that clear. I think it's more the creative part that is actually failing with Roman Reigns. But the guy is not getting over. Let's be honest. He is not getting over at this point of view. He is still, he needs, there needs something, he needs to be repackaged as a heel. Probably will do so. Probably won't happen. He sees him already as selfish interviews, actually being a heel. You know, it's not working for the guy. And I think that's a shame for Roman Reigns. I was the other day watching some when the heel just broke up. They were cheering for the guy, and why did it go wrong? Is because he was pushed so much. He was pushed in the wrong way. The character they gave him didn't fit him. And I still believe, and I'm a strong one on that, and also Paul Heyman stuff. I'd always put book the person as on his strengths, not his weakness. Hide his weaknesses and show him the strengths, because when you get the strengths, you're more stronger, you're more to defend them all. You know, everybody have weaknesses, everybody got strengths. And that is actually, WWE had this idea that Roman Reigns should be a carbon copy of Stone Cold Steve Austin combined with John Cena. But let's be honest. Let's be honest about one certain thing. He is not Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is not John Cena. He is Roman Reigns. You can't be a carbon copy. I mean, you can't be a carbon copy of a person. You always have to be yourself. And that is the problem with today's booking, that they want to be everybody. Oh, he has to be a copy of this. Bobby Lashley has to be a copy of Brock Lesnar. Bullshit. He is Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is also getting already a little bit victimized for how WWE is booking him. If you take, for example, in when he was in Impact, then he actually booked him correct. Didn't say much. He just came in there for the kill. That's where he comes on strong. Bobby Lashley is not a talker. You should not put him in promo fights or whatever. No, let him be an ass kicker. Then you can book Bobby Lashley as the correct. And again, that is a show failure. And that is the whole problem, that Roman Reigns is not getting over with the crowd. Neither Bobby Lashley is also starting to fail at that point. He is booked into the wrong matches. He's booked into the feud with the wrong people. So yeah, I think that Roman Reigns will go over, but just don't hope for any SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. We see that match now 4 or 5 times. I want to see somebody else. And maybe Bobby Lashley is actually perfect for Brock Lesnar. How strange it also sounds. Give him feed Bobby Lashley to Brock Lesnar, I would say. But the problem, if you would do it now, it will not be believable. And that is again the failure of the booking of WWE. For the Intercontinental Championship match, a 30-minute Iron Man match. The thing is, 30 minutes Iron Man match. I understand you do that for the women, and that's not because we're not sexual, but normally was this always an hour. The thing is, any match on a pay-per-view is anyway over 30 minutes. A very strong match, like where you can put Seth Rollins in and Dolph Ziggler. I think you can easily do that for a book and however. Like if you can title just of Iron Man matches just to get several pins, that's all. It's just to give a stipulation that is crap. If you want to do an Iron Man match, do it for an hour, as they always have done. That is the problem. Drew McIntyre is along on ringside. I think due to that matter, that Dolph Ziggler is getting the win. What you can easily do is in the beginning get Drew McIntyre quickly involved. You probably get the first as a disqualification that goes to Seth, but destroy whole Seth. You can easily do that. And in that way, but because he's destroyed, Dolph Ziggler gets the easy pins. That's way. And then what you can also build slowly up, that Seth Rollins can come back, and that comes equal. And then last minute, something happens that Dolph Ziggler gets the win. The case is, I think that Seth Rollins is ready for the main title, for the Universal title. Put the strap action. I would not mind to have Seth Rollins as the Universal Champion. I would actually like to see that. The guy is so over. He is so good. He is so, actually, in that way, he is good both. And I think sometimes, I'm being honest, he has something he doesn't give a fuck. He wants to be he wants to get himself over and on his strength. And you can do that when he was the road broken. Well, that was not planned, and he took advantage of that. So that cannot be coming from a creative part. That could not be planned, right? And that actually, I think, was Seth Rollins is going over. I think it's also coming onto the fact with that uh, gauntlet match, when he wrestled for an hour. Um, that showed off confidence. And I think that he actually has a bright future. But let the Intercontinental Championship be on Dolph Ziggler. And eventually, what you could do with these two, with Drew McIntyre and Ziggler, let them go for a long time together, but finally feud against each other for the Intercontinental Championship. Put the 10 on Drew McIntyre. But that's a whole long turmoil, or maybe around WrestleMania could be a very interesting match. The WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles, the Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. The Team Hell No is just a feel-good moment thing. The problem is what we're facing. Yes, you can put the tag titles on Team Hell No, and that is due to, but there's an issue with it. Kane should be running, soon be voting for mayor. So if he's getting mayor, yeah, that's all nice, but you can't let him wrestle. It will be nice, and I would really like to see him that they get a title and lose it on SummerSlam. I think that would be nice. Maybe against Sanity. Perfect way to get Sanity over. And the Bludgeon Brothers, it's nice, but and here's the thing, you know what I mean? With these Bludgeon Brothers, it's great talent, but air grown for me is something not doing for me. It's not, I don't know what it is. It's not working for me. He doesn't come off so dominant, and that's a shame because, yeah, well. So anyway, I would like to see Team Hell No get a win, and then, but I don't know, or what they can do on SmackDown, next SmackDown, that they drop the titles. Against whom, I don't really know. Yeah, Sanity, maybe Sanity, or the club, huh? The Bullet Club. That could be interesting, or even Sheamus and Cesaro again. They've been some time off, or even the Usos. So there are some competition that I would feel safe with. Yeah. The WWE SmackDown's Women Championship match, and that James Ellsworth is in the shark cage above the ring. Carmella versus Asuka. We all know when there's a shark cage above the ring, they get involved. The idea is to keep them out of the mat, but let's be honest. Now, Asuka needs a win. If Asuka doesn't win this match, she's done. I mean, she was into the match with Charlotte that she lost on WrestleMania. Now she's involved with Carmella. She lost the Money in the Bank. She needs definitely that win, and it's something not how working. What you could do is give it a twist. If you really want to put the title on Asuka, and I think that should be happening this time, somehow James Ellsworth finds out to get out of the shark cage and wants to drop on Asuka instead of dropping on Carmella. That way, taking out Carmella, Asuka is getting to win. That's how I will book it. And then in that way, you can book out of James Ellsworth because she's pissed off. She fires him, never coming near again. Then you can, of course, do a rematch for the women's title on SummerSlam between Asuka and Carmella, and Asuka will be defending the title. The WWE Raw Tag Team Championships, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the B Team. What I would do, let the B Team win, but keep the title on Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. So you can keep the B Team undefeated, and let them make a run. And I think it's a funny team. I think it's humorous. Those two. There's something I laugh about. I don't know. Every time I see I have to laugh about them, I'm actually laughing my eyes off. To be quite honest, I don't know what it is, but it's working. I think it's a part of comic relief how they dress up as Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. It reminds me of a little bit at the time with. There was someone else. No, never mind. No, I'm not going there. But anyway, I think the B team should not be losing, but not get the titles. To put the straps on them is a little bit too much to ask, right? Then the WWE Raw Women's Championship match is an Extreme Rules match. We have learned that Ronda Rousey is in the audience. She bought a ticket, so she's at ringside. So we can all assume she will be involved in this match. And due to the fact, because there's no disqualification. And what you can do is, because here's the thing with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is, I don't think she is not really ready to have a singles match to come over. Yes, she had a match with Nia Jax, but you could easily see that Nia Jax at that moment always had the whole match. She ran the whole match, dominated the whole thing. There was not much offense of Ronda Rousey. That's a purpose. That is called smoke and mirrors in that way. Now, I can't believe that, even though I know that Ronda Rousey is training her ass off, and I respect that so much from her. I really do. What you have to do is book a fatal freeway, a triple threat. That is the triple threat match between those three ladies. And how do you do that? Well, it's very easy. She gets involved, and with accident, she takes out somehow Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss is getting the cover. A total, they get on each other's throat and have that fatal of the triple threat match booked for the women's title for SummerSlam. And from that moment on, you can actually put the strap on Ronda Rousey. I think she then will probably slowly getting there where she needs to be. And you put it on the strap on a major pay-per-view. Extreme Rules, keep in mind, people, it's just a B pay-per-view, with all due respect, right? I hope the following match goes on last. I think finally Rusev deserves where he has to be, is AJ Styles versus Rusev. If Rusev doesn't win the title here, I can see that AJ Styles is going for a very long time still to be the WWE champion. Maybe to get CM Punk out of the books, because when Brock Lesnar got over that, they said, yeah, but they never hold the Universal title, and blah, 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 blah. WWE is obsessed to get records breaking, and especially if it's held by the wrong people, as they call it. In this case, CM Punk, I don't see the issue, because I think he's a great wrestling talent. But I would respect him a lot, CM Punk. But we all know that how WWE feels about CM Punk. And that's why I see that AJ Styles will probably retain, and that's a shame, because I really would like to see Rusev win the WWE Championship. Will that ever happen? Well, we have to wait on Sunday, but I will go with AJ Styles. And trust me, I have not a problem with AJ Styles as WWE champion. I think he's a great champion. I think he's a great talent. And yeah, I think it's somewhere, if he wants to break the record from CM Punk, it's past somewhere The Royal Rumble, something like that. We just have to wait and see. Anyway, well, these are my predictions. The thing is here with the Extreme Rules. It's called Extreme Rules, so it's coming from One Night Stand. ECW is One Night Stand. There's hardly any stipulation on some matches. There are, but not many. So how can you call the hardcore pay-per-view one? There's not even hardcore matches on. Just stating. Anyway, these are my predictions. Let me know what you think about your predictions. Put them in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GJA follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/GJA Sports Studio. Where we more, you can tweet about us throughout Extreme Rules. So you go to, send your tweets to @GJA Sports Studio. You can do that. You can find us on Instagram also, instagram.com/GJA Sports Studio. Pinterest.com/GJA LiveTube and vk.com/GJA Sports Studio. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is JJ Abbink. And also, if you need more information about Extreme Rules, what you do is just go to gjasportstudio.com/Extreme Rules. There you can find the whole match cards, latest news, everything development we have on there. You can see also. And don't forget to tune in on this channel. Directly live after Extreme Rules, we'll go after the aftermath of Extreme Rules. Going to look at Extreme Rules from how and what and how good this pay-per-view was, what happened all, but talk all about it. Don't forget to tune in live because you can come along in the live chat with our and have the discussion. I will answer your questions. I will answer your opinion. Here also your opinion. Anyway, so much. See you after Extreme Rules. If you are really a fan of our channel, I'll see you later at around 6 o'clock Central European time. 5 o'clock UK time we're doing a review for the further fourth place match between Belgium and England for the World Cup. So see you then. Anyway, take care and have a great WWE Extreme Rules. My name is jan-jaap. Have a great weekend. Ciao.